Hello and welcome to our next video. In this lesson, we're going to talk about why we're doing this course. So a while back, I was looking for work and I went to dice.com and found a posting for an awesome ASP.NET MVC software developer. So I blacked out a lot of the information here that's not important, but what they were looking for is someone who knows ASP.NET, MVC, C#, and JavaScript. And they had a specific task. It says, with your application, create a simple CRUD web application that stores persons with the following fields: first name, last name, city, and zip. Now, any one of these should be searchable. The requirements are not detailed on purpose. Write this application as you see fit, deploy it to a publicly accessible URL, and send the URL. Now, that is an awesome post. I love this because this is a company that's taking a step to say, hey, show me that you can actually do something before you even try to apply to work here. Now with that, I thought, well, why not show how to do all of that? Because what a valuable skill to know. Now again, this course is going to take us through a whirlwind to do all of this. And I'm going to touch very briefly on all of the components it would need to make this happen. That is not going to be sufficient to make you into a person that's actually worthy of this job, but you would be able to at least have a public-facing URL you could send them and show them that you did it. And you probably would need to continue your studies in order to get good enough to make sure that this job would be something that would fit your skills. But again, it's asking for strong C#. We're going to be using C#.NET, ASP.NET, which is the framework for the web, Microsoft, and we're going to be using the MVC framework specifically on top of that. We'll be doing a little bit with CSS, and we'll be doing a lot with JavaScript to get our data tables to work for that searchable component that they're asking for. In fact, in the end, this is my public-facing URL, contactweb.appharbor.com or APPHB, and that's where you'll be deploying your project as well. And it shows you that you can put your ASP.NET website out there, and ultimately you'll be able to do your administration. Now I'm going to log in using my Facebook ID here. You'll learn how to do this as we go through the course, and then you'll be able to add contacts, edit them, delete them, list the details on them, etc. So here, I can create a new contact and I can add that contact and make things work. And we'll be able to show a little bit of that as we go. And you can see, this is going to be a contact I already have because I have already done this. And so you can see different contacts and different abilities there to edit them, modify them, and all that information. So, obviously he's probably more like, 1970 or something. So that's probably more reasonable. So we'll save that. And then we'll show you with data tables you can easily search. So here, if I want to find anybody who's in the state of Iowa or the city of Des Moines, or perhaps I'm looking for some contact, right? So we'll be learning how to do all that, as well as we're going to give them the ability to do some sorting so that they can get contacts to show based on specific ordering and things like that as well. And there's paging down here which would come into play if we were to have enough contacts in the system. We'll also show seeding this, but you'll only be able to seed it locally without going out to App Harbor and being able to get your actual user IDs. We're going to hide that from the user on purpose because we don't want them to know that, and we'll learn that as well as we go. So you can see this MVC app will satisfy the requirements of this job posting because it allows me to store my contacts, sort and search for them, and it stores at least their first name, last name, city, and zip. And so all that information is available to them on a publicly accessible URL. So I would be able to submit that URL and say, I created this, and here it is. Here's my resume. I hope we get to work together. Anyway, that's the whole purpose of this course, is to show that we can very easily go through, and perhaps even in a weekend, in about 48 hours or so, have this application up and running. And it may not even take that long, depending on how fast you can go through some of the concepts. And so there you have it. And that will wrap up this video on the job posting. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.